Hello and welcome to the Positivity Island. You and I are going to spend an hour together. And when I say you, I mean you. And when I mean I mean me and Will.
Hello. Good morning.
Oh dear, I got all into my own space there. You and us, you and me and Will, are all going to spend an hour together experiencing some joy, some good news, and some good times in a world and a time where we feel like we might not always have the best going on around us. Hey, it snowed in the UK this morning.
Let me tell you, the weather in Yorkshire has been redonkulous this morning.
Has it really?
Right now, clear blue skies. 5 minutes ago, blizzard. Snow, hail. I felt like it was the middle of the night. Ridiculous. I don't know my up from my down.
Someone messaged me from London this morning, which is only a few miles south, and said, "Oh, there's been a flurry of snow." I was like, "There hasn't. I've been watching." Anyway, I went out into the street. All the cars are covered in snow.
Yeah. When I woke up this morning, there was a good 2 inches on top of the cars. Yeah.
But nothing else had settled.
No, too wet.
I tell you what. If there is one thing that us Brits go bananas about, it's the weather. Because in one day we can have glorious sunshine and think the summer is coming, and then it's blizzard, as you said.
Yeah.
So, and there are two things that stick a brick to a window, like this.
Yeah.
Stick a brick to a window. It's snow. Look at the snow, guys. And it's sunshine. Should I say what's coming up on the show today?
Yes, and then we should talk about the chat.
The chat.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Do you know why we're not in the chat? Because I fell out of the chat and forgot to go back into it. So that's what I've been doing. I've been filling and then forgot because.
Okay, well, supposed to do that. Stacey said, "Good morning, Kate and Will. How are you doing today?"
Morning.
Hi, Stacey. Thanks for being here. Doug said, "Good morning. It's very windy in Ohio," which is I think where Doug is. And Stacey said, "Here in the US, there's no snow because it's spring." You would think, wouldn't you, Stacey?
Hey, Stacey. I tell you what, there is snow in the UK because it's spring. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It's spring here too. We're not supposed to have snow, and yet every March we get some snow. So I don't know quite why that's all happened.
My dad said, "Oh, start of the cricket season will be snowed off again." Sure it will, Dad. Whatever you say, boss.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us here on Positivity Island. You are watching and listening to us here on Backchannel. Backchannel is a new service on your Amazon Echo show that means that you can watch, listen, and chat live to your hosts like me and like Will. All you have to do is ask your Amazon Echo to, and it's very important that you use this word, say, and then your message. So, for example, Stacey will have said, "Eliza, say, here in the US, no snow because it's spring." And that all got into the message system. So if you want to take part, then please ask your Amazon Echo to say and then your message. So Eliza, say, "Nice hair, Will." And then if you're not on Amazon Echo and you're watching us via YouTube or you're in the Everyday Positivity Facebook group, you can always hop on to backchannel.tv and type your messages, or you can just put it in the comments in both of those places and we'll see them on our screen.
We will.
And you're very welcome to take part. Today we're going to be talking lots of good news. We've got Dolly Parton news, but not really. And we've got a quiz.
Yeah.
And you're going to get the opportunity to maybe win something. So, there's plenty going on. Lots of positivity activities. But first, what should we do first, Will?
Can I tell you about what happened to me yesterday?
Yes, you may. That's
So-
why I asked. I was about to go to the episode and I thought,
No.
He's got stuff to say. I can
I've got
see
stuff
it
to say.
in his eyes.
Yeah.
He wants to share. Okay, so Will's session begins now.
So you'll know, Kate, because we talk every day, and I'm sure I've mentioned here on Backchannel before, is that I'm on a little bit of a fitness kick. So I've always eaten fairly good, but I've also joined the gym really recently. I'm trying to go to the gym 3 times a week. So yesterday, after I was done with work, I went to the gym, and I couldn't really be bothered. I was like, I'm just going to do some cardio today. So there I was on the treadmill, running along, bam! Hit the floor. Very dramatic.
You
really
fell
dramatic.
off the treadmill.
So you know when you go to the gym and you think that everybody's staring at you because it's a gym and you just think that all eyes are on you. My pro tip is to fall off a treadmill and then everybody is definitely staring at you. That's a surefire way to make sure that everybody is looking at you, is to fall off the treadmill at speed. It was
Will,
dramatic.
are you okay?
No, I am okay.
didn't
Stacey,
know
I knew you said that. I knew you were going to say that I should be more careful. Will, you should have somebody there when you go to you on the treadmill so you don't fall. Yeah.
Did
But
you not
no,
get hurt? Doug says that as well. Doug's like, did you not get hurt?
on my
And
right
we're all
knee,
very distressed. We're all experiencing a level of trauma thanks to your treadmill flop.
my right knee is just a little bit grazed. It's just a little
Okay.
bit scraped, and my ego has taken the most damage. My ego is the most bruised. But
Yeah,
other than that,
I
I'm
imagine.
okay.
So I
It's a
want to
walk.
understand, how fast were you going?
Like at a jogging pace, at like a, you know.
And what do you think happened for you to fall?
Well, what happened is that I was just stupid because I could see. Doug said, maybe try that.
No. I
Um.
was going to use that as the punchline.
Oh.
Go on.
I could see. I was running, and I was
Yeah.
really proud of myself because I was like doing really well, and I felt like I was going. And I could see that the hoop of my shoelace had come untucked from the inside of my trainer, the inside of my sneaker. And I was like, I'm not gonna stop because like I'm running really well, and if I like, I'd have to come to a complete stop to tuck it back in, and I don't want to do that. And so I just tripped through the hoop of my shoelace.
You tripped through the hoop of your shoelace.
Do you know what I mean? Like the loop of my shoelace had come out of my right trainer, and then my left foot went
So the
through
rabbit
that one.
ear.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Fallen out, and then you got the other foot stuck in it.
Yeah. So then I kind of went down on my knee. So there was a girl running on the treadmill next to me.
I bet she didn't know what to do with herself.
She took her headphone out and she said, "Oh, are you okay?" And like obviously I was out of breath because I'd just been running for 20 minutes, and obviously I was like not shaken, but you know what I mean. I just fallen unexpectedly, so I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm okay." And then there was a pretty boy a few treadmills down who like looked at me as if to say, "Who's that idiot and why doesn't he know how to run?" So yeah.
I just need you to go back to the gym, though. Don't.
Oh, I'm
let
gonna
it
go
put
back
you
tomorrow.
off.
Yeah, I'll go back tomorrow. And what I'm the most proud of is that I like stood back up, tucked my shoelace back in, and then carried on. Like I didn't run away from the treadmill. I did carry on for a little
Did you
bit.
do any kind of song? You know when you trip over in the street and you go la 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 la
Like
la.
I looked at the treadmill like it was its fault.
Yeah,
that
I
I had
know.
fallen over. What do you think you're doing?
treadmill. Doug says, number one, just have some slip-on shoes, and number two, the best thing he said today is just get on the exercise bike, Will.
Just sit down. No, it's a good idea. Sunny said, "Hi, first of all, hi, Sunny, and thank you for being
Hi,
here."
Sonny.
Sunny said, "I almost fell on the treadmill when I checked my phone once. I was only walking." Yeah.
Oh, Sonny, that's an error. That evil phone that calls you and makes you reach for it. So
Yeah.
I've had an accident in the gym as well, and I know exactly how you felt.
Mhm.
I didn't fall off the treadmill. It was pre my CrossFit days where I did not know how to use a barbell, you know, the things that the weightlifters
Yeah,
use.
yeah, yeah.
And I thought, oh, I'll go and do some squats. And so the barbell is on the floor and it's got some weights on. I think, oh, I'll just lift that up and put it on the. And as I lift it,
Oh.
I went one way and they fell off one end and just all over the floor. But because obviously they'd fallen off one side, the other side then became really heavy and I
Then
wasn't ready, and the whole thing went the other way. And thus I always have clips on my barbell.
Yeah, yeah.
To
You
the
gotta
point where other people are like, we're only doing deadlifts, why have you got clips on? I'm like, oh, because I've been there when it goes wrong.
Mhm,
And you're
mhm.
absolutely right. Although you do, you think people are looking at you in the gym. I thought people would look at me in the gym, but no one helped me.
On a different day, I'll tell you about the time I crashed my bike, and nobody helped me.
Nobody helped you.
No.
Isn't it funny? It's that fear of that awkwardness. Bless her for taking her headphone out of her ear and
Yes.
going, you okay?
Okay.
Are you okay? You're like, don't look at me!
Don't look at me.
Look at the treadmill. Oh, the treadmill.
It's his fault.
Oh gosh, everyone cares about you so much as well. But I
Yeah.
do love that Sunny has admitted hers. And Stacey, obviously our health and safety advisor, is saying, please, next time, make sure you've tied your shoelace.
Yeah.
What have you just said to me now? I just need to move this. Stacey's saying people do need to be looking at you because that's how you know you'll be
Because
safe.
that's how you sense what's going on. Yeah.
I love that, Stacey. All right. Well, in those moments where you're looking at the treadmill going, why on earth have you done this to me, treadmill? It's always good to kind of gather yourself and know something about that moment. What is it that you're in control of? To get to a point where you have written down 3 things you can control in life and 3 things you can't control in life. So it might be that you're dealing with a certain situation right now. I mean, sometimes these journal prompts work if you go, right, what's disrupted my peace? And if you think about that, then focus in on, okay, in this disruption, what are the 3 things I can control and what are the 3 things I can't control? And then you chunk those up. So for example, I'd come down the stairs the other day and said something out loud that had really just set my husband off, and we ended up in this huge row. In that moment, here's what I can control. I can control how much I listen. I can control how much I react. I can control whether I'm in the room or not. Those are the 3 things that have just come off the top of my head. There is much more that I can control. The things I cannot control is I cannot control how he feels. I cannot control how he thinks. And I cannot control whether he's in the room or not. So if I think of those things, I'm like, right, okay. So if I come to terms with the fact that I can't control him, then where does that leave me? And that's where my thought path would be going. So in those situations again, and actually we did get to that point. I think I said yesterday, I actually went, I need to listen here and I need to respond rather than react. But that's because I started to break down, okay, hang on a minute, what can I actually control here? This is feeling really wild. I need to just, this isn't an argument I'm going to win. He's not going to win. We're just going to need to work out what we're going to do. So this is why controlling the controllables is such an important part of your life. You might find that you're having a disagreement with a friend right now, or there's something in your life that's caused you real upset. And actually, once you've decided, okay, these are the things that I can control and these are the things that I can't control, it gives you that little opportunity to find some order, find some way of managing it, and find some way of letting go what you need to let go of. So enjoy today. Think a little bit deep. 3 things you can control, 3 things you can't control, and what that means. So this is all about, in your journal, giving yourself the opportunity to write down, or notes, not write down, things you can control and things you can't. So in the treadmill situation, Will, how did you... let's not talk about controllables first. Let's talk about that flush of emotion. How did you feel?
Mostly just embarrassed, I think.
Yeah.
Mostly just embarrassed.
And so what could you control in that situation?
Just what I was going to do next. Whether I was going to run away with my head in my hands or whether I was going to literally get back on the treadmill.
And what can't we control in that situation?
If the treadmill is going to trip me up.
Yeah. If people are going to come and help you.
Yeah. If people are going to look at you, if people are going to come and help you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
And so in those moments of high stress, if you can bubble down the things you can control and let go of the things that you can't, that can really help your positive mindset. We had a moment this morning, actually, didn't we? In our team meeting this morning, we've been having an issue with some microphones, and one of the team members says, it's happening all the time. And I said, right, how many times has it happened? What can we do here? And it turned out it happened once.
Yeah, it happened one time.
That we could have controlled. So actually then that really helped us to go, you know what, it's actually something that's out of our control and we can manage it because it's out of our control rather than worry about it when it's in our control. So it's kind of quite a nice way to sort out and order the world and all your emotions to go, what can I control? What can't I control? And then of those things I can't control, can I come to terms with the fact that I can just let go of them? And with those things I can control, can I come to terms with the fact I need to sort them?
It's a good way of breaking down those high pressure situations, and especially when you feel like you don't know what you're gonna do, you don't know what the next step
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. And it's funny because I've had a real I mean, we're very busy at the moment as a business, aren't we, Will? And it's brilliant. You know, you want these times where you're really flat out and you've got lots of business coming in and it's really exciting. Equally, some days some days I'm going to bed and going, it's 9 o'clock. I've just finished doing the stuff I needed to get done for today. And I think to get everything done for tomorrow, I'm gonna have to wake up at 5 and get to my desk by 5:30. And those are the days where and then you know, one of the kids will say, Mum, can you? And you're like, oh no. So those are the days that are frustrating. But actually, if I did this exercise, I think I'd probably cut myself a bit of slack and find myself in a good place. So maybe I should do that. There's lots of people in the chat. Thank you very much. I think there's a random generator for names. And we've got quite a few going on. So we've got Slick Al, Prompt Bird, Slick Al, Sarah and Alexi, I think are the real names in all of that. And Honey just joined the stream as well. Welcome. If you're first timers to Backchannel, you're very welcome here. This is a station where we are just keeping you company all day long, but you can get involved. So you can watch us, you can listen to us, and you can message us live via your Amazon Echo. All you have to do is ask your Amazon Echo to say the message. So we don't crush the streams. No, that's the wrong one. That's Ghostbusters. We're talking Back to the Future. So we don't ruin the space-time continuum. We can't say the real name of your Amazon Echo device. So we make up her name, and she's called Eliza around here. So if you want to send us a message, all you have to do is use the words, Eliza, say, and then put your message on the end. Eliza, say, Will, what's next?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So if you were here on
Thursday.
Thursday last week, if you were here this time last week,
yes,
things got a little bit heated.
They did.
Here on Positivity Island. It's not
They
because
did.
it's a tropical island, because things got a bit out of hand. Things got a bit out of pants.
And quite frankly, Will, if it wasn't for you, everything would have just gone. It would have been a disaster. We wouldn't have known.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to.
How to proceed. What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say, oh, if it wasn't for you, Will, everything would have been much calmer. If it wasn't for you, Will, everything would have gone much smoother.
Because, Will, what happens is you put us right. You put us on the path. You give us the order of the world. So let me just put this clear. I said to you, Will, if you're going away for 3 nights, how many underpants do you pack? And you said, Kate, they're very quite clear. No, let me rephrase that. Then what happened was a load of people responded. People were talking about how many underpants they packed, whether they wore them inside out, whether they used panty liners, and you just were not having any of it. And so your statement was, it's quite simple. There's a formula. You take the number of pants for the number of mornings you wake up.
Yeah. That's
that simple.
It's as easy as that.
What is Will's statement today?
My statement today is I'd like to take this opportunity, to say that pineapple is not the worst thing that people are putting on pizzas. Okay. And actually, I quite like a ham and pineapple pizza. I quite like it. Okay?
Whoa.
Now, it's my opinion that there are far worse pizza toppings. For example, people are putting anchovies on pizza. People are putting squid on pizza. No. Together, we need to forgive those who want to put pineapple on pizza. And instead, we need to stand united against those who are creating seafood pizzas. I will not be taking any questions at this time. Okay?
What's really funny is I read that wrong. I thought you were saying pineapple shouldn't be put on pizza.
No.
Which is exactly what because I do agree with you. I agree.
Sonny agrees with me also.
Yes, I know. You've put us order. Thank you for speaking the truth, she says. You brave, brave man. You brave, brave man. That's brilliant. Stacey, I don't eat pineapple, says Stacey. Is the nation divided over pineapple is what I want to know.
On pizza especially, yeah. Personally, there are worse crimes being committed against pizza than pineapple.
Can I throw one in?
Of course you can.
It really bothers me when a pizza doesn't have tomato on it.
Oh,
Like a
like those,
tomato base.
like they're I think they're called blonde pizzas.
Yeah, and sometimes you get carbonara pizzas.
Yeah.
I don't
Mhm.
quite cope with those. And I'm also a bit worried when I see like a chicken tikka pizza.
I'll throw in like a barbecue base. No
Oh,
thanks.
it's not the
Mm-mm-mm.
one. It's
It's not
got to be a
right.
tomato. So I take your pineapple and say yes. Pineapple is a good thing on pizza
Fine.
when people don't even put tomato on
Yeah.
sometimes.
Or when people are putting seafood on pizzas. So
No further questions at this time.
there would be no further questions at this time. Apart
And
from
go on.
in the chat, Sunny says, I'm going to an international supermarket here soon and plans on getting some food from all over. Sunny, I have an Australian friend who's already instructed to try Vegemite, yeah, okay. And a UK friend who wants me to get Monster Munch. What else from the UK section should I look for?
Oh my goodness. Well, there's whole other things there. Like Kit Kats, get a Kit
Yeah.
Kat.
Yeah. Or like
Kat.
Cadbury's chocolate if they have that.
Cadbury's chocolate is the bomb. Cadbury's cream egg. That'll blow your mind.
Oh yeah, and they should be out at this time of year.
Yeah.
Get a Cadbury's
Cream
cream egg, they're
spelled
amazing.
CREME. Creme egg.
Yeah.
Right, let's come back to these pizzas. So that's Will's statement for today. And let me say to you now, you might want to tune in on Tuesday if you've seen that statement or heard that statement, because we might be coming back to it and it might be of benefit for you. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Well, what's the good news?
In the meantime. Okay. Doug the Spud. Not a Spud. Have you heard about Doug the Spud, Kate? Do you know about Doug?
Tell me about Douglas Spud. Well,
Okay, so I need you to cast your minds back until January this year.
yes.
And hit the headlines. I'm sure you'll have seen it. Front page, breaking news. World's biggest potato has been dug up in New Zealand. It was massive. I've got a picture of it. They dug it up, and this is my, I'm going to say favourite, but I mean least favourite picture of Doug the Spud.
Oh my goodness.
It's massive. This man, if you can't see it, if you're not watching on an Echo show, if you can't see it, this man is cradling this giant potato in his arms.
It's giant.
As if it were a newborn babe.
Yeah,
And
because it
they've
looks
put-
about the size of a newborn babe. But the
Mhm.
thing that's probably the most disturbing about it is that they put a hat on it.
They put like a turquoise knitted bonnet on it. It might
Bucket
not be
hat,
knitted.
it looks like.
Oh yeah, or like a bucket hat. Anyway,
Guess
so
what?
they were like, "Oh my goodness, world's biggest potato, whatever." For it to be put in the Guinness Book of World Records as the biggest potato, they had to verify it. So they they dug it up in New Zealand. They sent some of its DNA over here to the UK to get it analysed. Turns out, not a potato.
Not a spud.
Not a spud. It's actually a type of gourd.
Did they have to tell Doug he wasn't a spud?
Doug, I've got some bad news for you.
Doug, I've got some bad news for you. Your DNA's back. The DNA results are back. And it turns out I'm not your father, and this is a spud. You are not a spud. You are a gourd.
Sonny said, it had a hat. I'm dying. That potato looks so good in a hat, not going to lie. So, yeah, what they think is that when they planted it, it got like some cross pollination.
Oh, no.
Cross pollination with something else in
No.
the garden. So, it's part gourd. So, sorry, don't make it. But the good news is.
So
the
is it
record for the
partial
world's-
spud, partial gourd?
I think it's part gross is what it is, to be honest with you, Kate. But yeah, it's like we think it's like a half and half type cross pollination type situation. But the good news is the
All right, you've
record
got
for the
the
world's biggest
pedigree
potato is still
spud.
up for grabs.
Oh, okay. So what is current biggest potato?
Oh, I don't have that information.
Okay, fine. What's the next news?
Okay, I was gonna Google it, but here we go. Oh, road in London has been closed for nearly a month to protect migrating toads.
Tell me more.
So they're closed 400 meters, which is about 1,300 feet, a section of Church Road in Richmond. They've blocked it to motorists until the start of April, so not long left.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. And it's so that the toads who they hibernate on one side of the road and then they cross the road to the other side to go and like couple up and mate and live their lives. So they have to cross the road to be able to get there. So they just shut the road off so that there are no unfortunate accidents. And, you know, you would think that the residents of the area where they had to close the road because of the toads would be upset about it. But they're like, no, it's a great idea. We want the toads to be thriving. So
Big up the toads.
I got to protect the toads from crossing the road. Why did the toad cross the road? Because it was time to come out of hibernation. That's why.
Oh, and also the thing is that toads are so easy to get with the car.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you can't see them, so
Exactly.
it's all these, and they're not very fast. So
They
it's
blend
good
in,
that
they're
they close
slow.
the road because then
Yeah.
you don't get flat toads.
Apparently they do it every year. So a bit of toads, and they've got a sign that says "Road closed for migrating toads." So they're not beating around the bush, as it were. That's why they've closed it, and everybody's happy.
Next news.
Seamless. Oh, it's a story about Tom Hanks.
Why wouldn't you want a story about Tom Hanks?
We all love Tom Hanks.
We all love Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks has photobombed yet another bride on her wedding day.
Look at Tom Hanks. Show the picture. Show the picture.
So this is the best time, I think. Oh no, that's still this put again. This is, I think, the best time to be photobombed by Tom Hanks on your wedding day.
Yeah, totally. Look at that. So what you've
Look
got
at
is you've
him.
got the bride in the middle
Yeah.
of all of the. You can imagine they've just been stood. There's 10 bridesmaids, all in these deep red dresses, and they're all been stood there, all proper. And then Tom Hanks just pops up between them all, and they all get very giddy and excited and start laughing their heads off.
So
It's
the
a
bride
great
is,
picture.
it is a great picture. The bride is called Grace, and she stood outside of the Fairmont Hotel, which I'm assuming was the wedding venue. And out pops Tom Hanks out of a cab, his car, whatever. He goes, "Hi, I'm Tom Hanks. I'd love to take a photo with you." And obviously, they were delighted to get a picture with Tom Hanks on their wedding day. Who wouldn't be?
Right. So here's something. You know, self-esteem.
Familiar? Yeah.
And you can let your self-esteem get so low, right?
Mm-hmm.
To get out of a car and walk up to a bride and know that you're going to give her and the wedding party so much joy by going, "Hey, I'd love to get a picture with you,"
Yeah.
is self-esteem goals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to know and be comfortable with yourself so much and know that you're so loved to go, "I'm going to make you happy just by being here."
Just by taking a picture.
Yeah. And, you know, I know that he's Tom Hanks and all of that stuff, but maybe there's a lesson in that. Maybe we're all good enough and we're all wonderful enough to bring people joy just by being there.
Yeah.
Just be there, Will. You bring me joy just by being here in your pineapple pant rants.
That's something else. There's a quote from Grace. She said, "You see him, and then he starts speaking, and he was like, 'You look so beautiful. I'm so happy for you.' She said, 'He was talking in my ear, and I was thinking about Toy Story.'"
Oh.
Okay. But if Tom Hanks told me I was beautiful, that would do good for myself.
Can you imagine that if someone had walked away and she'd gone, who's that?
Was that guy?
Who was that? Who was that?
But Tom Hanks is
It's
was
Woody
later.
out of Toy Story. Oh,
Woody.
gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, that was him. Who's your favourite Tom Hanks character?
Ooh.
Think about it. Let me know in the chat who's your favourite Tom Hanks character.
Who's your favourite Tom Hanks character? That's right. If you chasm. If you have a favourite Tom Hanks character, then let us know. All you have to do is ask your Amazon Echo to say Wilson. Who is your favourite Tom? Oh goodness, there's so many.
I know.
Let's work
They're
through
all
them.
amazing.
Forrest Gump,
Amazing.
Hang on a minute. Let's do this properly.
Are you gonna
Let's do this property.
Oh,
Characters.
Sunny said the
Tom
wooded in Green Mile, as
has.
dark as that might seem. Ha, ha,
Oh
ha, ha.
yeah.
Mine is. Can I tell you mine?
No,
Okay.
you're gonna have to wait for the internet. You're
No.
gonna have to wait for the internet.
Okay, I can wait for the internet.
Oh my goodness, it's all gone horribly wrong. Oh dear.
Oh,
What's happened here? Tom Hanks.
yeah. I think I might invite Tom Hanks to my wedding because the worst that'll happen is he'll say no, and he might even send me a present.
And he'll go, "Hey, Will, you know that time you fell off the treadmill in the gym?
I was there. I was on the rowing machine behind you.
Okay, here we go. Tom Hanks characters. Oh no, this isn't very good. Oh, it's not done what I wanted it to do.
What do you want it to do?
I want it to just give me a list of characters.
Go
Greatest characters by Tom Hanks ranked.
Stacey said Forrest Gump is my favorite.
Yep. Okay. He was Captain John H. Miller in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, not seen it, but yes.
He was Jimmy Duggan in A League of Their Own. He was Josh Baskin in Big.
Oh, yeah.
He was Mr. Rogers in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and that might be my favorite.
Okay.
He's Woody in Toy Story. He's Forrest Gump in Forrest Gump. He's Sam Baldwin in Sleepless in Seattle. He's Walt Disney in Saving Mr. Banks.
Oh, yeah.
He's Joe Fox in You've Got Mail. He's Paul Edgecombe in The Green Mile.
Yeah.
He's Chuck Noland in Castaway. He's Jim Lovell in Apollo 13.
That's in my top 2, I think. Apollo 13.
He's Carl Hanratty in Catch Me If You Can. I don't think I've seen that. There's more. He's Captain Phillips in Captain Richard Phillips. He's
Captain
Scott
Phillips
Turner in Turner and Hooch.
Yeah.
He's Sully in Sully. He's Alan Bauer in Splash. You remember Splash? He's Victor Navorsky in The Terminal. He's Andrew Beckett in Philadelphia. Oh, he was so good at that. Robert Langdon in The Da Vinci Code.
Of course.
There's so many here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'd even forgotten about Joe versus the Volcano. That's one to watch with the kids. Right, maybe we need to do a Tom Hanks-a-thon.
Maybe we do. Captain Phillips, I think, is my favorite, or the Apollo one, which is an incredible movie.
Sonny says Tom Hanks will definitely send you some shorter shoelaces, Will.
He would, and I'd appreciate that.
Let's do Dolly News.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Should we do Dolly News?
Dolly News.
Extra
Lady
loud Dolly
Gaga.
News. Okay, Kate. I'm glad you're sitting down because I'm going to say something quite controversial. I don't want to talk about Dolly Parton. It's not true. I always want to talk about Dolly Parton, but today specifically, I want to, in the same vein as we do Dolly News, I want to do Lady Gaga news.
I think if ever Dolly Parton had gone away on holiday and we needed a step-in, Lady Gaga would be a perfect step-in.
Yeah, if we let Dolly leave the island.
Yeah.
For a little break.
Yeah, if she needed to go and see Dean. Who's that man? Who?
That
is her husband, isn't it? Or is it Dale?
No, it is Dean.
Yeah, I got it right.
Dean
Parton.
Mr. Parton. But no, so Lady Gaga's going to be our stand-in on the island today. And the reason I wanted to talk about Lady Gaga is because a lot happened at the Oscars on Monday. There's a lot happened to talk about, but the bit that I want to focus on was the really nice moment between Lady Gaga and Liza Minnelli.
Yep. Hi, Teresa. Teresa's arrived in YouTube. Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa. Thanks for being here. So if you haven't seen it already, Liza Minnelli and Lady Gaga were on stage together.
To present the final award,
which was
Best Picture.
One of the big ones. And Liza Minnelli, I think a bit overwhelmed, maybe. A bit like, because there's a lot of pressure. Like Steve Harvey's got it wrong before. They announced La La Land wrong a couple of years ago. There's a lot of pressure at the.
And she's a lady of a certain stature and age.
Exactly, and so there was this really nice moment where just before they cut away to the nominations,
Yeah.
their microphones picked up this really sweet moment when Lady Gaga was kind of like, "Oh, don't worry, I've got you."
Are you going to play it? Have you got it to
I've got you,
play?
thank you. Yeah, we'll go play the clip right now. We'll watch
Play
it.
the clip.
Nominated for Best Picture awards. Now we're going to show you something else, and then
We're going to
tell
see
you
who the
who it
nominees
is.
are right now.
Oh, good.
I got you.
You can just hear Liza Minnelli go,
I know,
"No,
thank you.
and it's just this really sweet moment. And I think Lady Gaga is a really good example. She's come a long way from like her meat dress egg era to kind of she's got this really great relationship with these kind of entertainment legends, and I just think it's a really nice moment.
There was another, who is it she did the songs with?
Yeah, Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett. So the thing that's really lovely about that, it's lovely to see that sort of solidarity wherever you hear it or see it. If someone's struggling or someone's not getting it quite right, to have someone stood next to you and go, "I got you.
I
Don't
got
you
you."
worry. You know, we're here." One of my friends said it to me once. I went away on holiday and I was all in a tizzle. And I was letting it get to me, and she could tell because I was doing that thing where every time someone talks to you, you kind of talk a bit like that back again.
Yeah.
And she just grabbed me, she put her arm around me, and she said, "I've got you."
Mm-hmm.
And I just went, "Ah!" So I'm quite glad that Liza Minnelli didn't just burst into tears, because I probably would.
I think I would as well, especially with Lady Gaga.
But it's just that, I think sometimes we worry about, I don't know about you, Will, but sometimes I think it's quite awkward to talk across generation.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
So some of that age gap can be quite difficult. But Lady Gaga was obviously just delightful and beautiful and wonderful, and showed us her soul in a really great way.
As she always does, as does Dolly Parton. But of course, Kate, you remember, don't you, what to do if you're feeling nervous?
Oh, I do remember
If
what to
you're
do.
nervous, go get your wallet and spend it on ice cream and shoes.
So I think actually when Lady Gaga leant over and you didn't hear the first bit, that's what she said.
Yeah, maybe the next
If
sentence she
you're
says.
nervous, make sure you go get your wallet and get some ice cream and shoes.
So there you go. Instead of Dolly Parton news, Lady Gaga news today. Sonny, sorry for scaring you by saying that I didn't want to talk about Dolly Parton. But right now,
Yeah.
are you ready for some trivia, Kate?
Yes. Before we started the show, you said to me, "Core, I'm doing a lot today."
I said it's a very will-heavy show, and I don't like that.
I'm just going to have a little nap over here.
You just take over. Okay, here we go.
Well, everyone knows that you're the life and soul of this party, Will. So I'm quite happy for you to crack on.
Taking a nap after this.
Yeah.
Okay, it's trivia.
Oh, do you know what? Tonight I'm going to an actual real life pop quiz. So I hope this gets me ready.
I hope so too.
Guess who is hosting the pop quiz? This is a British actor reference. I have a table of 6 people. I've organised the whole thing. We turn up, we get a bottle of wine between. It's going to be very nice. John Thompson's reading out the
That's
John
nice.
Thompson of Cold Feet fame
Yeah.
and the Fast Show fame off the telly, off the British telly.
Off of the TV.
Is the quizmaster.
Amazing.
I know.
That's going to
I'm
be so
very
fun.
excited.
I
But
hope
it's
you win.
very pop, very music based. And at the last minute, we lost a team member, but we get my husband in return.
Your
And he's-
husband. I've met your
I know.
husband, and I think he's a good person to have on your.
Well, he's a
pop
good,
quiz
but it's
team.
all music. So I'm with musos anyway. But Tim has been talking about music on the radio in this country for the last over 10 years. I think we're going to be all right on the old trivia.
He needs a handicap, or like a reverse handicap.
Yeah, you can only answer questions that the answer is Janet Jackson.
Yeah, you can only answer the questions in French.
I didn't get to go to the last one, but I know the woman who organises it, and we went and made marmalade all together. This, as it's coming out of my mouth, it sounds bizarre. So I went round to my friend's house. We made marmalade with the quiz organiser, and she was doing all the quiz stuff with us. And she went, "Next round, body parts. And all I could do was go, Janet Jackson! But no question was about Janet Jackson.
No, of course
Which is
not.
odd, I think, for a body part pop round. Is that Rachel Sunday?
I mean, somebody in the Facebook chat. Unfortunately, it doesn't pull your names through. But somebody in the chat from Facebook has put live from Nairobi. And if it's anybody else other than Rachel Sunday, I will eat my hat.
Now, the thing about Rachel Sunday is that she always catches me out and says, Kate Cocker, are you wearing black? And I always say, no, Rachel Sunday, I am not wearing black. I am wearing navy or dark green or cherry. But today I'm actually wearing black. And I thought I was going to get away with it because I was like, she's traveling. I know she's
not gonna be
traveling.
on today.
But anyway, let's do the pop quiz.
Okay, seeing as Rachel's here, let's crack on with the quiz. Here's question number 1. What is the name of the first song heard in The Lion King?
I know.
Rachel said, you're still cute.
Thanks, babes.
Have you got an eye on the dashboard for me, please, Kate?
I do have an eye on the dashboard. No one has cared to answer yet.
Okay, that's fine. We can give them a minute. That's because I've not read out the options. Is it A, The Circle of Life? Is it B, Hakuna Matata? Is it C, I Just Can't Wait to Be King? Or is it D, Be Prepared? Let me know.
So my favourite thing about the beginning of The Lion King is that there is an there's an old manager of the Arsenal Football Club soccer called Arsene Wenger.
Yes.
And at the beginning of The Lion King, it sounds like it goes, Arsene Wenger.
That's funny.
And that's what I'm doing in my head now, going, which makes me think it's A. Doug thinks it's A. Sunny thinks it's A. I think that's Rachel. She's saying it's C. I think she's wrong. Let us know. Tell us the answer now.
It's The Circle of Life.
Yay!
You're correct. Even though The Lion King is loosely based on Hamlet by William Shakespeare, you know, that Hamlet.
Yeah.
The Lion King is actually Disney's first original storyline. So that means it's not been adapted from a fairy tale or a book or something like that.
Oh,
The first
yeah.
original. So yeah.
I'd never noticed that before. That's a good fact.
There you go. Another, I would say, more important fact is that when I was 4, I was at Disneyland, Florida, Disney World, Florida, Orlando, Disney, Florida World.
Yeah.
And we were watching The Lion King. And
With the characters, with a musical.
Yeah, with the characters, yeah. And a giraffe came out and pulled me out of the audience and gave me a tambourine so I could march in the little procession. And it was incredible. And I played that tambourine out of time because I have no rhythm.
Well, while I do know that to be true,
Yeah.
Sonny's got more information. While I know that you don't have rhythm, and I still love you though, you are also the type of person that brings people enough joy. Look at that self-esteem. You get picked out of a crowd, and just to be there, you bring people joy. You are Tom Hanks in the making.
Yeah, okay. I could take that. But it was 20 years ago, or 21 years ago.
I mean, imagine what that does for your self-esteem, though, where a giraffe pulls you out of the crowd and says, hey, you look like fun. Play this tambourine, boyo. Doesn't matter if you can't play it in time.
It doesn't matter if you ain't got no rhythm. There we go. What, over to our Lion King correspondent, Sunny?
Actually, not true, lol. It was copied from an old Japanese tale about Kimber the White Lion.
Sunny, I'm so sorry.
I wonder where that information was from. Not your brain.
Correct.
Next.
Okay, moving on swiftly. What is the national sport of Japan? Over to our Japan correspondent, Sunny. If you think it's baseball, say Eliza, say baseball.
A.
No. You do,
Eliza,
Kate.
say
You're so much
A.
better at it than me. If you think it's kendo, say Eliza, say B.
I'll do that bit. You do that bit.
If you think it's badminton.
Eliza, say C.
Or if you think it's sumo wrestling.
Eliza, say D.
Baseball, kendo, badminton, sumo wrestling.
I don't know. I think it's Ken. I'm going to go with Sunny and go B.
I'm saying B, kendo.
It's just me and Sunny. Anyone else? Come on. Look at me whipping everyone together. Come on.
Come on. It's your
Oh,
mum
hang on a minute.
voice.
Sunny's changed to D. I'm following Sunny. I believe her, whatever she says.
Okay, follow blindly.
D,
I like
go.
that. Okay, we're going D, sumo wrestling. Is sumo
Yeah, we
wrestling.
got it right, Sunny. Well done.
Did you know, Kay Cocker, sumo wrestling originated over 1,500 years ago? It was performed at shrines to ensure a bountiful harvest and to honor the spirits.
Well,
not just
actually,
a
Will, that's
sport.
not true. It's actually based on an old Japanese tale called
Yeah.
Kimber the Lion.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I thought it might be.
Yeah.
Next. Okay, next. What is the most common eye color in humans?
Oh.
Is it brown? Is it green? Is it blue? Or is it grey?
Oh.
A, B, C, or D? Brown, green, blue, grey.
I'm gonna go. Oh, okay. Do the thing.
If you think it's brown.
Eliza, say A.
If you think it's green.
Eliza, say B.
If you think it's blue.
Eliza, say C.
Or if you think it's grey.
Eliza, say D. Sunny's saying A. I think I'm going to go A as well. I just want to be Sunny's best friend today, obviously.
That's fine. It's over to our eye correspondent, Sunny. No. Okay.
Sunny saying A. Anyone else for anything else? Me and you, Sunny, we're just on the same team.
That's fine.
Shall I add some Jeopardy?
Yeah, can you raise the stakes, please, Kate?
C.
Kate says blue. Okay, well, I can't tell you that obviously she's stuck with Sunny. Is brown. Scientists believe that 10,000 years ago, everyone in the world had brown eyes, and that the first blue-eyed person had a genetic mutation that caused it to change, that caused the body to produce less melanin.
What colour are your eyes, Will?
My eyes are green.
Oh, actual green.
Yeah.
Not kind of one of those weird sludgy greens.
I don't think they're sludgy.
Okay. My daughter tells people that she's got green eyes. She doesn't. They've got green flecks in them. Mine are grey. Mine are Royal Navy grey, which is weird.
Mine, like, if I wear a green t-shirt, my eyes look really green.
Yeah, my grey eyes do that. And they tend to reflect what I'm wearing. So today they're black.
Yeah, okay. I get that.
I've got hazel, says Sunny. I've got a very grey disposition. I'm quite yellowy coloured skin, and then to the point where when I had the babies, one of the nurses was worried that I'd lost too much blood, and my husband said, "No, it's all right. She's always that."
She just looks like that.
I'm quite yellowy in my disposition, but I've got greyish, like my hair. It's a greyish brown and greyish grey. I don't know why I've gone into this.
That's
Please
okay.
love me. Please love me for having grey eyes.
You're a lady in grey.
Yeah.
This is my favourite question. What is oology the study of?
Is it oology or is it oology?
It's.
Or is it oology?
I've been stumped. In my mind, it's oology. Ooh, it's the study of ooze. Ooh.
Okay. Go for it.
Wait, what do you think it is?
No, you've got to read the answers out.
Okay, well, if you think oology or oology is the study of a branch, I don't know. Is it the study of tree branches? Is it the study of bird eggs? Is it the study of sound waves? Or is it the study of martial arts? A, B, C, or D?
If you think it's tree branches, Eliza say A. If you think it's bird eggs, Eliza say B. If you think it's sound waves, Eliza say C. If you think it's martial arts, Eliza say D.
What's our resident oology correspondent, Sunny, saying?
Sunny says I'm guessing C. So she's saying sound waves. She knows everything, Sunny. She invents like 3D spaces. She's creating memories in a virtual world. I'm going C.
You're going C, sound waves. The answer is B,
Bird eggs! Rubbish.
Who'd have thunk it? Oology. Did you know, Kate Cocker? Did you, Kate Cocker, know that an ostrich egg can weigh up to 5 pounds?
No.
That's about 3 kilograms.
I know.
Do you?
It's actually more like 2.2 pounds to a kilogram.
Yeah, it's like so.
Is that right?
Oh, thanks.
I did not know that. No, I did not. But did you know a human head weighs 8 pounds?
No, I didn't. What do you know
Did
that?
you know a human head weighs 8 pounds? That's from Jerry Maguire. It's a brilliant moment.
I have seen it.
Next,
Okay.
last, oh no, okay, yes.
Final question. Before it was called a mouse, what animal was the computer accessory named after? If you think it's a lizard...
Say A. Eliza, say A.
If you think it's a turtle...
Eliza, say B.
If you think it's a rat...
Eliza, say C.
Or if you think it's a snake...
Eliza, say D. I'm going B.
You're going
Turtle.
B, turtle. I'll tell you...
Tally the turtle. Come on, Tally the turtle. Tally the turtle.
It is a turtle.
Oh.
The first computer mouse prototype was created in 1964 and it was made of wood.
Wow.
Wooden mouse.
Well, haven't we had the loveliest of shows today?
Oh my goodness.
Will, when we were in the depths of the pandemic and we were wearing face masks, I used to go to the shops, and do you know what I used to do?
What did you used to do?
I used to sing. Behind my face mask, I'd be singing away because I kind of forgot that people could hear me. And I'd be walking around the buns and the bread and the onions, and I'd be like, la 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 la. And recently I went to the supermarket without my mask on because we're allowed to do that now. And I found myself singing around the buns and the bread and the onions. And I caught myself. I went, oh, I thought, no, this makes me feel so good. And so your positivity activity for today is let's go sing.
I like that.
And I want you to sing at the top of your voice in the shower, in the kitchen, wherever you've got a good echoey room is always good. I don't care how good you are at singing. I don't. I just want you to sing.
Everybody can sing.
Anybody can sing. All you
Don't
have
care
to
if you
do,
can't carry a tune.
well, yeah. Actually, anyone can sing. And what we've learned today is that not everyone can dance. Or play the tambourine in rhythm. But it doesn't matter, babe. You just got to do the movements.
You just got to do it.
You just got to do it and express yourself. And it's going to feel wonderful once you've done it. So today, your activity to keep your positivity is to just find a moment where you can open up your soul and let it fall out your mouth in the most beautiful of ways. And in a way, what we're doing is celebrating Lady Gaga as well. I got you. There you go. And just as before we close, on Tuesday, don't forget you need to be listening to find out what Will's statement was all about in the end, in the long run anyway. And also we've got some final words from Tally the Turtle. I knew Tally would pop up. So Tally popped up because we found out that a turtle was the old name for a computer mouse, and Tally the Turtle confirms that Bill Gates and I go way back.
Way back.
And so, come join us at 9 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday and find out what that will statement was all about. There might be something in it for you. You never know. And after this, we've got Jam and Renee. They're up in 3 minutes' time.
Right.
Then at 12 o'clock Eastern time, we've got Anthony Davis.
Right.
At 2 p.m. Eastern time, you're going to have your pal Hal.
Your pal Hal, yeah.
4 p.m. it is Mario, keeping you company throughout the day. Don't forget, go to backchannel.tv, leave us a review, helps people find us, help us grow this lovely community full of turtles and amazing people like yourself. And we're very excited to see you next week. Have a great weekend. You've got this.